Greetings, everyone. Welcome once again to TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with Goth Tarot, the weekly look into the shadow issues of your life, the philosophies or emotional feelings, the things that seem to be haunting you, or the things that seem to be obscuring your goals. Whether they're emotional issues or actual things going on. So I do a number of card pulls from different decks, and I try to accentuate a sense of the Mystic 7 card spread. It's an old tarot card spread that employs an ascending and descending pyramid. So I'm using a variety of decks, and as I mentioned, they have more goth-like themes. I top it all off with some shadow work from the Earth and Bone Oracle set. So let's get started. We're going to assemble the first pyramid, the ascending one. And I'm using the Santa Muerte Tarot for that, which is designed or illustrated by Fabio Listrani for Lo Scarabeo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this deck for all 3 points on that pyramid. And they describe qualities or situations that are going on, perhaps. So the first one, of course, is what I call the dark design. It's the overall focus for this week. And so this reading is good for today, April 26th till next Tuesday, May 2nd. Like I said, the first card is the dark design. Our dark design is the reversed Eight of Wands. Things seem to be underachieving. There's listless energy. It could be the Mercury retrograde kind of slowing down the movement of things. Some of this could be tied up in the fact that wands, of course, do relate to energy and charisma. We're just sort of feeling maybe in the dumps here. Okay, second point on the pyramid. It's the upright King of Wands. This is the dark drama. This represents the idea of outside influences that may be coming towards you. So it looks to me like maybe somebody is in a match of wills with you to determine who is in charge. This may be a time for you to show some bravery and your own sense of charisma to maybe try to win the day here. I think somebody is maybe competing with you in some respects. My goth friends. The King of Wands could be talking to about maybe people trying to influence you to be that person, to maybe take up the cause for them. So maybe people are trying to possibly put you into a spotlight of some sort for their own purposes. You might want to keep an eye on that. I just get a bad feeling about it. And then the final card of the pyramid is the dark destiny, the way things may most likely be leading towards. It's Major Arcana 8, which is strength in the Santa Muerte Tarot. However, it's reversed. And I think the dark destiny is saying that we're going to have to be a little bit more assertive and maybe physical in terms of our challenges or how we're moving ourselves forward, especially if we feel like we are being pushed into a position by somebody. And I wonder if it is related to the idea of the low energy at this time, and maybe somebody has decided that it's time for them to maybe give a challenge here. So it's all still kind of mysterious. I don't see a definite chain of thought here, but I'm willing to give it a moment and see what happens. Perhaps it's a good time to ask then, what is haunting us? What is the thing, quality, essence, or energy that seems to be in our lives and won't let go? It's constantly there. It may not be a physical ghost, but I'm using the Goth Tarot for this pull. And the idea is, as I said, what are the dark shadows, the thing or things that is possibly haunting you and preventing you from acting in a meaningful way, scaring you, keeping you from taking the moves that maybe you should be considering. So once again, the Goth Tarot gives us our dark shadows. The Knight of Cups. It's upright. So the Knight of Cups, well, I think it's talking about the coming or going of a relationship, which is typical for that card. In the context here, I wonder if this is a relationship that we are seeing here in some way, and that maybe we feel that these people who are trying to push us in some way are also the possible romantic intendees, or there is something there. Maybe there's a prevention of going towards our romance. I don't know. This is a really weird one this week. But in general, what's haunting us, I think, is the idea that maybe we feel confused or off-put by our pursuance of what we want emotionally in our lives. And I don't know if this has to do with the dark destiny, the idea that maybe we're being more forceful and assertive rather than using, the actual definitions of our heart and our love, to pursue that. So is this reading just about romance or about our romantic ideas? I'm not really sure yet. But I do want to find out what that dark truth is. And so that's the next point on this pyramid, the descending pyramid. And I'm using the Night Sun Tarot for this pull. It's also illustrated by Fabio Listrani, who does the Santa Marte, for Lo Scarabeo. And the dark truth is going to give us an idea about what is the reality that we do have to accept in this. So this card could be the most clear one, perhaps, in what we're looking for here. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to suggest that that could be a reality that is there that maybe we understand but don't want to accept, but we're going to have to. And I'm very sorry about that. Hot dang, it's the King of Wands again, but it's the King of Wands from the Night Sun Tarot, and this King of Wands is reversed. And so the dark truth is we can't be that person. We can't be the charismatic one in this idea here. We're bound to be somebody that maybe is more of a prickly counterpart. And so I think that's how we have to look at this reading, that this is maybe about friendships or emotional relationships that are very strong and meaningful in our lives, but there is something going on here. It's either a rivalry or it's a parting of ways in the relationship, or if it's a feeling that there's a power play in the relationship from some sense of that. So our next point of the pyramid then could only be the dark twist. From the Black Tarot, the idea that what is unexpected that could happen, that could really change our script here, maybe really change the way it seems to be going. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure. It just sort of looks like there's a lot of people clamoring for attention or position here. Maybe you're in a relationship with some of them, or maybe there is some sort of relationship. Maybe this is about a social group. All the wands, you know, could be that kind of thing. Networking. But let's find out what the dark twist is, the unexpected element or situation that could change this, make us look at something differently, make us change course. Another repeat. It is the Knight of Cups again, just like it was down there. And that Knight of Cups was what haunts us. This is the dark twist, though. The dark twist is that this truly is about something most likely romantic or strongly loved, and that this strong emotion may move more than all the other things are moving. That maybe this is saying that really the sense of love or being loved will really change the parameters of whatever arguments or fights or decisions or changes are going on. I still think there's a lot here that I don't understand, so it's going to be interesting when we get to the shadow work. But let's top off the reading then with our seventh card, the central card, and that is the Dark Gift. And the Dark Gift is pulled from the Crow's Magic Tarot, and it's in the hopes of giving us some ability or insight, some intuition, hunch, skill, something that will help us deal with our situation here and maybe bring us out on top of it. In a way, it's kind of like the dark twist, only it's something that maybe we just only temporarily forgot about. It's always been here, and we're going to have to employ it. So, what is our dark gift in this matter? Page of Swords. And it's upright. Page of Swords. In all of this, there's going to have to be a real sense of somebody bringing it down a little bit, showing that grace, civility, tactful diplomacy is going to be more important in whatever the situation is. The overall idea here is that there's a churning about between people in a relationship or people in maybe an extended family or situation of relationships. Somebody maybe is trying to either take over, take charge, be the person who leads, or maybe they're trying to create that challenge for you. Some people like to have an adversary. The inclination is really to fight force with force, and I'm almost wondering if that has that destructive edge that Strength Reverse always kind of hints at. And what's haunting you maybe is that these are people or situations you really love, so you don't understand maybe why it's happening, and you sort of feel like you're moving towards this, but you don't understand if it's going to be good or bad. The dark truth of the situation is that maybe these are equal forces. They're both the King of Wands, and maybe you're aware of what this person is doing, or maybe you are this person, or maybe there's some push-pull effect in this community or this situation. And once again, the twist is really finding the core of your emotional care here, that maybe the love or the bonds that you have is bigger than whatever this fight or situation is about. And somebody has to learn how to apply their gift, their dark gift of evening out things, evening up the score, making people feel respected, making people feel that there was a diplomatic way of handling the situation. So, I think it's time for the shadow work. And this is one that we're really going to need, I think. It's Syrian Shadows Oracle card, the Earth and Bone. It's a lovely deck. I love using it. It makes me think a lot about the reading and see how it's really working out there. So this is really going to be helpful, I think. So let's take a look at our shadow work. Owl is our pool. Number 36. Wisdom, advancement, independent thinking, enlightenment. The spirit of the owl calls to you. You are beginning to shift your views not based on the illusion of attaining your goals, but by learning that you already are that which you seek. Continue to act as if the things you want are already a part of your reality. Make the mental shift from scarcity to abundance, from what isn't to what is. Replace the tools you'll need to connect yourself with the manifestation of your reality in your imagination. Choose to adore and love yourself. This isn't about adoring your outer self or accepting your external physical self. It's about accepting and loving the greatness and beauty of your inner existence. You're getting over your cynicism. You realize that you are more than your senses. And you have begun to recognize and commit devotion to your own wonderful essence. Awaken to the incredible miracle you are. You are entering the higher dimensions. You can hear the teachings of the ascended masters. Continue to ignore any and all interference. You are being called to reflect on what you are feeling and why. Take time to ponder where these feelings are coming from. Create awareness of them so you can modify future outcomes from events that are bound to happen again, because they are meant to teach you something that will help you grow and be the best version of yourself. Consider how you can be more awake and present in similar circumstances in the future. Examine how you feel in the situation and realize that you have the power to change it by making a choice and following through. Affirmation. I can connect my consciousness with the universe and guarantee myself peace at any moment. So I think those were a good fit for each other. I think the idea of accepting ourselves and maybe being able to help others find their own inner wisdom is what our message of shadow work is about. It's helping us through what seems to be kind of a volatile period this week with emotional energies and strife and the need yet still to kind of come to terms with our sense of community in a relationship too, because I do think this is more than just one personal relationship. I think it could be about something else too. So I'm going to leave it with that and with these images, and I hope you tune in to Goth Tarot next week. Don't forget to watch all our other programming for the week. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.